The Area 1 shopping centre in Garki, Abuja is one of the oldest structures in the Federal Capital City. It has had the benefit of an upgrade under the initiative of El Rufai as Minister of the FCT, which brought about this modern structure. It led to the provision of many facilities for the convenience of society, but one crucial segment was neglected: the physically challenged. This building is not friendly to those who are impaired in any way, whether physically or visually. Ironically, people living with disability have a stake in a section of the old structure that is now an adjunct to the center, as they have, but their special needs is still not catered for in the new structure. So where they have any business here, they have to deal with the consequential challenges. One of those who have to deal with these on daily basis is Abubakar Sharu Abdul Jalil, a polio victim who trades in jewelry.
Let me give you one example with Federal Ministry of Social Welfare Area 10. That is where our affairs are taking place, or Federal Secretariat. Before we enter the office of the minister or whatever, you must claim at least 3-story building. Definitely, it always making us very straight, not me alone. It's making us very difficult to claim the place because most of the buildings are not accessible to us. No elevator that will ease your movement to the upstairs.
The peculiar need of people living with disability is seldom factored into the design of public buildings as well as public facilities. Even public utilities such as toilets in these buildings are seldom tailored to be friendly to the special challenges of this segment of the population. The situation is just about the same in major cities across Nigeria.
Some walkway are now meant that the car seller are now on the walkway. So it's not so proper. Overseas, when you want to cross the road, you see the pedestrian, you can see the sign, the blind cannot see the sign. But there are some things they put in there, like alarm. When you get there, you look for the alarm with your guide cane as a blind person, press the alarm so that the car coming will just stop. Immediately you press the alarm, definitely you know the road user, they have stopped. Then you cross the road. They have the security door built especially for those on the wheelchair abroad, where you can go with your wheelchair to go in. I have a friend that is on the wheelchair, that the mates have to carry him with the wheelchair to go to like 3rd floor in one of the universities in Nigeria here.
Jibril Ismail Muhammad is an architect and says the Nigerian Building Code, however, has specific provisions meant to address this.
All the designs that are being implemented in this town go through a regulatory body, pass a lot of checks, of which they all confirm that all these things have been taken care of before these designs are approved. During implementation, the stages at which you check what is to be done in the building. Most of these services, lifts, other things that you need to put to make a design universal, they are things that you do at the end product. And towards that stage, there's nobody checking it.
Over the years, there have been various attempts to get a disability bill passed into law as one way of addressing the plight of the disabled in Nigeria, but it has not seen the daylight. National President, Joint National Association of Persons Living with Disabilities, Ekaite Umo, however, believes that only legislation can bring about the change they desire.
Because of the absence of law protecting the rights of persons with disability in this country, they've not been able to fare well in what they are doing. And it's that kind of laws that will end up addressing the barriers like environmental barriers, architectural barriers.
The most common expression is that he who wears the shoe knows where it pinches most. For example, you may consider these stairs a piece of cake to climb, but for any person with a physical disability, it can be a mountain to climb. This, in a very small way, illustrates the dilemma that confronts people living with disability in Nigeria. Trying to live a normal life can be a mountain to climb. In Abuja, Omotola Omojola, NTA News.